Hello everybody, it's been a long time since I've last uploaded, but today I'm back with a new video. I wanted to show you a very cool R package that allows you to easily download the Java Development Kit. Based on some of my previous videos, especially with RSelenium, you need to have the Java Development Kit installed on your computer. But sometimes there are restrictions with your company, or sometimes it's just really hard to set up the Java Development Kit on your computer, regardless of whether you have a Windows or a Mac. Well, thankfully with this package, it allows you to very quickly install the JDK necessities that you need so that you can get your R packages running just fine. This is a really cool package called rJavaEnv. It's developed by Igor Kotov along with Hadley Wickham and some other awesome contributors listed over here. So thank you so much for this really cool package. So we're going to dive into it today, and I'm going to show you some examples with how this works with RSelenium. So just to quickly start off, I'm going to show you that I do not have Java installed on my computer. So I'll go into my command prompt, type in java-version, and as you can see, I do not have Java installed on my computer. So let's go ahead and get started. The first thing we need to do is click on the install and then just type in rJavaEnv. This package is thankfully available on CRAN, so you can automatically download it. Now I already have it installed, but I'm just going to go ahead and install it again. And then what we're going to do is we're just going to load it into our R session. So we're just going to type in rJavaEnv. I'm going to run that. So one of the primary things here we want to do first is I want to show you first of all, like if there's any sort of Java Development Kit version installed on this one. So the best way to go about it is to type in the rJavaEnv, and it's going to give you a list of all the functions within this package. I'm going to use the very first function here, Java check version CMD. So whenever we run that, it's going to give us this message, which means that the Java installation is not valid because it's not even present. We haven't even installed it. But whenever we do install it, it's going to be stored in this path right over here. So I'm going to go ahead and highlight this path, copy it, and then apply it into our Windows Explorer and our File Explorer. And as you can see, we get an error. The reason why we get an error is because it is trying to look within the rJavaEnv folder, which because we haven't really installed any of it, or we haven't installed a Java Development Kit version through this package, this path does not exist, this portion of the path. So if we were to just click on this path, you're going to notice that it doesn't result in an error. However, it is empty. But what you'll realize here is that once we actually do the Java installation, we're going to have some folders populated in here. So let's go ahead and do that. So this would be the rJavaEnv, and it would be the Java quick install. And what that's going to do is it's going to download the version 21 by default, and the distribution is by Amazon Corretto for the meantime. So you don't have to pass in any arguments in here, besides maybe if you want to make it quiet or something to not give you any sort of messages, but we're just going to go ahead and run this. And if you're running this for the very first time, you're going to get this notice here. It's going to give you more information about which Java Development Kit version this is. It's going to tell you here it's Amazon Corretto. So it's just going to give you sort of this little bit of a disclaimer, and all you just need to type in is yes and then press enter. And it's going to go ahead and download the Java Development Kit. Now you only need to do this just the very first time when you're installing the Java Development Kit. If it's successful, it's going to tell you that the download has been completed, and it's going to show you where the file is. So this right here is the path where the file is currently located in. So if we go back to our folder, you're going to notice that now we have an rJavaEnv folder. And if we click on it, we have these two folders. One has the distribution, which has the Amazon Corretto file, and then the other one has the installed Windows, and then it's just going to have a bunch of files for the Java Development Kit in here. We don't need to be too concerned with this, but I think it's just pretty cool to know where the folder is at least. Okay. So now let's go ahead and test out RSelenium. Now, before we actually test out RSelenium, let's actually uninstall this. And the way to uninstall this and to clear it out is there's actually a couple of functions that you can use in here. So these are actually a bunch of cleanup functions, which will go ahead and clean up the contents in those folders that I just showed you. So I'm just going to go ahead and paste them in here, and I'm just going to run them all together. And if we go and we try to check for the Java version CMD, it's going to tell us that it's not found. So now let's go ahead and try to run the RSelenium package. So as you know, the RSelenium package depends on having Java installed. So if I were to run it, and then let's say I want to create an object here. So RS driver object, and then I want to set it equals to the RS driver function, where the browser equals to Firefox, just as an example. So if I try to run this, it's going to give me an error saying that the path to Java is not found. Please check that Java is installed. So what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to do the Java quick install. So the Java quick install, and it's going to do the installation for me, because remember, we deleted the contents. So now, if I try to run this again, it's going to actually run successfully. And it's going to load that RSelenium session for me. So as you can see, this is the best way to implement the Java development kit. It's the easiest way to install it, thanks to this wonderful package. And this is actually something that I definitely recommend you to look at, and especially look at the GitHub here, and look at some of the most essential functions in here. But the functions that I covered in this video are the main functions to get you up and running with installing the Java development kit. So I hope you found this video helpful. If you did, please like it and stay subscribed, as I plan to continue to come back and upload more videos. Thank you so much, and have a great day.